Malachim of Elohim met him, coming back now from the White House, Bet Lavan. And when Yaakov saw the Malachim, meaning the angels, he said, "Ooh, this is Elohim's army." And he called the name of the place Machanaya. So Yahweh meets Yaakov again through sending clean Malachim. Who else has this kind of closeness with Yahweh? Everywhere Yaakov goes. Are you listening? To Laban, away from Laban. This way, north, Yahweh said, "I'll be with you." South, Yahweh says, "I'll be with you." East, Yahweh says, "I'll be with you." And I would love to have that kind of relationship with Yahweh, and I kind of do, but here it's written out for us to see and to study. Everywhere Yaakov goes, Yahweh goes with him. Not exactly a very nefarious kind of character, right? Yahweh loves Yaakov, and everywhere Yaakov goes, Yahweh goes with him. Is anybody enjoying?
Amen.
Unless you want to accuse Yahweh of enjoying deceitfulness and manipulation and trickery and chicanery and cunningness. Are you ready to accuse the Yahweh of Elohim of Israel of that? I'm not. And I pray Yahweh that they would stop this nonsense. Or you'll hear it on radio, you'll hear it on TV. This kind of stuff will never stop because it's a different spirit. It's an antinomian spirit. It's an anti-Torah spirit that allows them, gives them the license to do those, to say those things. Now look at verse 3, Bereshit 32:3. I got to go quickly for the sake of time. Bereshit 32:3. We're not going to read it. Make a note, please. Bereshit 32:3 through 23. Bereshit 32:3 through 23. Apostolic warning. Repent of your lies against Yakkov. What's the message? Apostolic warning. Repent of your lies against Yakkov. Bereshit 32:3 through 23. Yaakov is favored again. Yaakov meets Yahweh a second time in Bethel. Yahweh is for him. And Esau, Yaakov's enemy, becomes at what? At peace with him. I just want to see that one verse. If we can find it here quickly. If we fast forward, verse 15, Bereshit 33:15. Esau said, "Let me leave you with some of the folks that are with me." Yaakov said, "I don't need your folks. Just let me find favor in the sight of you, Esau, my master." So Esau returned that day on his derech to Mount Seir. Hello? Bereshit 33:16. Did Esau attack Yaakov? What did Esau do? Listen. Proverbs 16:7 says what? Mishlei 16:7. When a man's ways please Yahweh, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Yahweh turned the murderer into a what? A brother who is showing favor to Yaakov. When a man's ways please Yahweh, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. So obviously Yaakov's ways please Yahweh. If Yaakov didn't please Yahweh, what would Yahweh have said? Aha, here's the opportunity. Esau. Ahora, immediatamente. Pretty with me? Couldn't Yahweh have sicked Esau on Israel? But instead he turned away because he received a few presents, a few Christmas presents, and Esau said, "Oh, is this for me?" That's why Proverbs Mishlei says, "A soft word turns away wrath." And this word took the form of a present. Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Yeah.
Now, what happens in Bereshit 32:24 to 32 without turning there for the sake of time? Bereshit 32:24 to 32. Now we're not seeing Yahweh's ladder. We're seeing the wrestling match. Hello, between Yahweh and Yaakov in the same place, Bethel. Amen. Now, before they say, "Aha," it was the first time in Bethel that Jacob got saved, and the second time that Yahweh established a relationship. Wrong, because if we read here in Bereshit 32, verse 28, the man we know is Yeshua wrestling with Yaakov after having what? before encountering Esau. Verse 28, Bereshit 32, the man, Yeshua, said to Jacob, your name will no longer be Yakkov, but Israel. Why? As a Sar, a prince, you have power with Elohim and with man and have prevailed. So they say, well, this is where Jacob developed his relationship with Yahweh years and years later, not when he was a deceiver earlier in his life with Esau. No, this is not where he got saved or developed a relationship, but the second appearance of Yahweh to Yaakov, Yeshua to Yaakov in Bethel, was moving him from sainthood to princehood. Not only was this man righteous and kadosh and perfect before Yahweh, he goes from being what? A saint to a prince, because now he has authority with Yahweh. And when Yaakov seeks Yahweh, when Yaakov beseeches Yahweh, when Yaakov reaches out to Yahweh, when Yaakov supplicates before Yahweh, he has authority to turn and overturn Yahweh's premonition, and has the authority to establish Yahweh's will, purpose, and kingdom, and righteousness, and Torah in the earth. Does any of this make sense? You're talking about a man who Yahweh made a prince of this world. Not just rich, not just a businessman, not just with chen and rachamim, and protection from the enemies, because when a man's ways please Yahweh, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. He made him a prince over the earth. And if Israel was a prince, then those who were subjugated by the people of Israel were subjects. You can't be a prince without having subjects. Is this too complicated? Well, Rabbi, it's all coming together for me now. I'm glad. I'll be honest, can we talk? Nobody's listening to us anywhere except Australia, China, Asia, so this is like a private conversation. I used to think the same thing. That as I matured in the life, that I'd have all that Jacob taken out of me, and Yahweh would make me into Israel. Wrong. I was wrong. Can you admit you've been wrong? Can those listening to the message admit they've been wrong? That it's an anti-Jewish, anti-Semitic spirit that motivates people to think like that? It's getting quiet now. Either you're convicted or hungry. Whatever you do, don't think about food. No matter what you do, what else, you just don't think about food. In the Moed Hall with hot food, deliciously prepared by the hands of a master chef, at the table of fellowship and communion and brotherhood and hot food on a Shabbat, so you don't have to cook dinner when you get home. Whatever you do, don't think about any of the things mentioned above. Food. That's what I'm talking about. Food, glorious food. Spaghetti and meatballs. We are in the mood. What about Hosea 12:1? Turn with me quickly. I'm going to go another few minutes. To Hosea 12:11. I don't know when I'm going to finish this. I just don't know. Is there enough here for a part 3? What do you think, guys? Yeah. Yeah? Is enough meat here for a part 3? Yeah. So I'll let you have your Shabbat dinner and eat it too? Okay. Baruch Hashem. Go to Hosea 12:1. Hosea 12:1. So we'll continue next week. Tov? Thank you, sister. Ephraim feeds on wind. Notice the 10 tribes of Israel, they don't feed on Torah. They claim to have faith, but they're not eating wind. They're not being discipled. Can our Christian brothers and sisters be saved by the blood of Yeshua? I get this all the time. What's an FAK? What's an FAQ? I'm sorry. What's an FAQ? Frequently answered question. Brother, how about those in the church that believe in Jesus, they don't believe in Yeshua, and they don't follow Torah? Can they be saved? My answer is, how can they not be saved? We're not saved by keeping Torah. We're saved by the blood of Yeshua, as of a lamb without spot or wrinkle or any such thing. So the problem with Ephraim is their feeding habits. Their feeding habits are on wind, not on Deuteronomy and Genesis. The problem is not their salvation, it is their feeding habits. Look at Hosea 12:1. And I know there are those who teach that if you're in the church, you're lost and going to hell. That's ridiculous.